This is Glenda, aka GK Fralin, a friendly community. And we do like friends here. We got a lot of friends here. Wonderful friends. And we want more. But you need to be friendly to be here. As long as you are, we don't have any problem. Okay, today. I was kind of, I wasn't having a bad day, but, I took a nice long nap. Anyway, Joe had asked me, I had planned this morning, I thought, let's go outside today. And I told him, I said, why don't we go outside later today? Well, then we had our lunch. Well, first I slept he came home, he woke me up and he said, lunch is here. And I said, what? Huh? He brought home some pizza from the deli. So anyway, we had some deli pizza, and he had already put all the groceries away. Anyway, so we watched, I don't know, some TV, and I can't remember what I did. I can't exactly remember what I did. Watched TV. I messed around on my computer. I did do a little writing, trying to clean up a mess in one section of a chapter, but sometimes, I get a section that just confuses me, and then it's like, duh, and the light comes on. But anyway, we did finally decide to go outside, and he said, well, what do you want to take? Do you want to take the wheelchair, or do you want to take the scooter? Because the plan with the wheelchair was that we would go across to the parking lot. He would push me, but once we were there, then I would get out and I would push the wheelchair, just set my oxygen tank, my portable, in the wheelchair, and just push the wheelchair there in the downhill slant, because going uphill is just impossible for me. But anyway, but we didn't really hear each other right, and I thought we'd said the wheelchair, and he thought I said the scooter. And I was so glad we used the scooter, because once we got out there, the air was a lot heavier than I expected. When I'd been looking at the barometer and the humidity and that stuff, it's been reading like, it's above 50, but it didn't read like it was like, and I wasn't planning on doing, but I don't know, I've been walking from here to the kitchen and back here, and my oxygen level's dropping down into about 80 or so, and my pulse goes way up. So I'm watching my oxygen levels pretty carefully, and hoping to get that lung capacity built back up and maybe wear some of this weight off. But anyway, just the fact that it wasn't hot, it was just sultry. Sultry, that's the word for it. Anyway, and so that air would have been just way too heavy for me to walk outside. And so I got on that scooter, and I just went for a ride, and I recorded it. It's bumpy, but I speeded it up, took out the audio, because it's really, it's just me riding around, saying something every once in a while, but enjoying the ride. So I said some stuff, but it wasn't like a narrative or anything. So I just took out the audio and had some music behind it. It's bumpy. And there came a point where it's so bumpy that I just had to cut the video, because I turned on to the one road coming back toward the house, and it just was like, well, the washboards on the old country road that the grader puts in, but not quite. But that street isn't real good, at least not in that area. So anyway, that's where I cut it off and stuff. But it was just nice to be out there, and I was glad that he did, because I can sit here and become almost agoraphobic, just because I don't get out very often. But when I do, and I'm immediately glad I did. So anyway, I will show you that part, and you will get to see me having a little travel around the neighborhood on a slow scooter. But it's speeded up, and I'm going to take that little part out because it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to include it. Had a nice talk with a couple of the neighbors, and one of them, well, he came outside and he walked over, and another one, he came around, and I was still sitting there in the alley with the scooter, and Joe said, well, he's going to be wanting to pull in, and so I pulled up. I don't keep track of what kind of cars our neighbors drive. Anyway, so he pulled in, and I figured he'd go on to his house, but no, he stopped right there. See, that's something you can do in a small town. But he stopped right there. Of course, it was the alley, but anyway, so we all sat there talking for a while. And I decided, well, you know what? I don't understand what's going on anyway. They were talking about the construction of that building and different things. We did have a nice talk. We had a nice talk about the neighborhood and, you know, what we would like to see done with the neighborhood and things that we can't do anything about. You know, as far as some of the properties, and I found out that one of them, the reason it's still there not being torn down, the city didn't want to take it on, and I guess nobody does, because it's going to cost like $40,000 because it's got asbestos siding. And it's like, oh crap, you know? So it would have to be taken down by specialists, and I guess they estimate about 40,000. So who knows? It's probably going to crumble to a heap of asbestos on the ground eventually, but I don't know. But nobody wants to spend that kind of money, and so what can we do? We watch it. We watch it sit there. Anyway, it was just an all-around pretty good day. I even took an evening nap. I came back and we were watching TV. Had some leftover taco salad and some leftover, it's that cottage cheese salad that's got the Jell-O and the pineapple or whatever fruit you like. And Joe did up some strawberries we had in the fridge and stuck a couple of pecan shortbread cookies in there. They're just, little but nice. I love those things. They're deadly for me. They're my kryptonite. No, there's a lot of things that I like too much. But anyway, there was just a couple of them. But it made such a nice dessert. And it was just a little bowl, just a little bowl full, half full, whatever, but made for a nice supper. So we had a good day. What better Sunday can I ask for? I mean, except that if I would still be able to get to church. But the thing is, our pastor comes down for communion, and I just have to find it. We've moved things around so much here lately because of the stuff we've been doing. But anyway, I found a Walkman that I bought from Amazon. And so I can just stick a tape in. He brings down they're still cassette tapes. They aren't set up for, making like a CD. So have a good Monday, be friendly, and don't let anybody steal your cheese. It's about a book, where some mice are always stealing the other mouse's cheese. So it's like, it's a lesson in life, one of those books. Anyway, so don't let anybody steal your cheese no matter what they say or do. It's your cheese, you keep it. That's not being selfish. That's your dream. That cheese is your dream. You keep it. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye-bye.